Okay, it is showing now. Edwin, you are muted. If you are saying
I,
something, we are
oh,
live now.
are you hearing me?
Yeah, yes, I can hear you here on.
Oh, okay. Is this a live show now? All right. I just wanted to know. Okay. Thank you, Paul. I'll call you back. No problem. Thank you. Okay.
So since we want to apologize to our viewers for starting late. We had some technical issues. As you all know, this is a new show, so we are still trying to get our ducks in a row, so to speak. So we really, really apologize for this. We very, very much our apologies. So for right now, I'm going to allow my two guests here to share this link that we have now, because this link we have now is the live link. Don't worry, guest, I will forward the correct one to you and you can be able to just click send, send, send. I know technology, it can be a little challenging sometimes, but this is a live link right now that we have. That's why I was saying that we could use another alternative. It did not work. I had plan B. I was very ready. So this is a live link. This one would work. So I'm going to, for our first few minutes, I am going to pass out this link and then I'll play some music here and you can be sharing it out and please encourage people to join. We're going to have a very exciting show. Trust me, we'll have a very, very exciting show today. Una here? So now exciting show we'll get on today. I'm gonna play some music for you. Now I'm full music for Banto. So when I begin listen. If you look on your phones, you'll see that I've shared the link to you. Check, you see. Check on the Global Aspire, you see it's a live link. You also see that I'm dressed same way. You know that it's a live link. So take the time to share it out there. Let's keep listening to music. We'll
Okay.
start.
I just saw it now.
So when you guys have shared it and you are ready, let me know. And we'll get into this very exciting show. We're going to have a very exciting show today. We might be starting late, but trust me, we're going to bring home the fire. Yeah. For our viewers out there, we apologize. Just keep listening to the music. Right now, all we are doing now is sharing the link. Please share the link out there. Share the link. Let's people join. Let's build an audience. Join. We're gonna have an exciting show today. A very exciting show. In the meantime, please keep enjoying some food dance there from Jakiri village in Kumbo in Ambazonia. That's our music, right? So let's listen to it. I see Derek has left. I don't know. Is everything okay?
Oh,
Derek has left the
well,
meeting. I don't know. I hope he joins back.
I hope he joins back. Maybe he's,
No problem.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a show that we're starting,
I'm
so there will
just,
be some technical challenges. So we'll walk through it. But in the meantime, gentlemen, if you're joining us, this is the PPS show, Peaceful Permanent Solution Show. Thank you for joining. Please share the link. Share the link, share the link, share the link. We'll be starting in about 2 to 3 minutes. We want our link to be shared out in the different platforms. Share it. We're going to have a powerful show today, a very, very exciting show. If you are frustrated with what is going on in Ambazonia, if you are distracted with what is happening in the neighboring La Republique, if you are disappointed because all of a sudden you were thinking that Issa Chiroma is your new champion, is the new person that is going to hand over freedom to you in a platter of gold, you are in the right place. Come here. Every Saturday, midday, every Saturday, 6 p.m. Amber time. 6 p.m. Amber time. Come here. We are going to talk all things Ambazonia. Absolutely. If you are disappointed with the leadership, you are disappointed with what is happening on the ground, if you've lost direction, if you are confused, if you don't know what's happening, this is the place. This is the place. If you want the truth, those of you who are out there who are slightly religious, who read the Bible, where it says that the truth shall set you free. Here at the PPS show, we speak the truth. Even if that truth is inconvenient, even if that truth will give you a heart attack, it's better you hear it. It is better you hear the truth. You might not like the truth. It is not our fault. In this show, we bring you history. We don't run away from the history. History is at the center of what we're doing here. So anyway, gentlemen, please share the link, share the link, share the link, share the link, share the link. Comrade Derek, how far? Are we ready to jump into it?
Yeah, I think I'm I've done some sharing, so I think if
okay.
if I can do some just 1 minute again, let me.
No problem. Go ahead, take your time. No problem. Let's keep listening to some good music here from Amber. Let's keep listening to some good food dance here from Jakiri, from Mantum in Jakiri. For those of you that don't know Jakiri, it's in Bui County. Yeah, on your way down to Bamenda. So that's where that is from.
Can you make it louder because it's kind of very faint?
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, that's on my part here. I'm hearing you.
So I had to reduce the volume.
Okay, that course.
So, Comrade Derek, when you're ready, you let us know, and we'll jump right into it, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm it's okay by my side here. I think I've shared to those groups I wanted to.
You say you're ready?
I'm ready.
Excellent. Again,
I'm not seeing you, but do you want to stay without the video?
No, I have to put it on. It was just muted.
okay.
No, I mean your video.
Your video, we would like to see you. As you know,
Yeah.
this is your first time on the show, so I'm sure everybody would like to, to see you. So let me begin with my monologue here, gentlemen. Just bear with me. So again, our apologies to our viewers out there. This is a new show. We are still trying to kick it off the ground. You know, we are not yet established, right? We are not like our other channels out there. You all know it. You know, ABS and the other. We're not there yet. So this is a new channel we just started. So please, apologies to our viewers out there. This is a new show. Can you mute? We are still. Can you mute? I can hear myself, please. All right. So again, I want to apologize to our viewers out there for us starting late. This is a new show, the Peaceful Permanent Solution Show. So we had some technical issues, and we also wanted to encourage people out there to share. So if you haven't shared the video, please share it out there. We need your support. Please share it. So let's begin. My fellow Ambazonians, friends and allies, today we return to the roots of our struggle. Because before we talk about revolutions, before we talk about freedom, we must talk about principles. Let me repeat again, principles. I know there are many principled people in this Ambazonian recognition quest in our revolution. But bear with me, there is a man, a lawyer, a Fon, and a son of Widikum who understood that true leadership is not measured by how loud you shout, but by how steadfastly you stand when the storm comes. His name is Fongum Gorji Dinka. He was born in 1930. He was educated in Boya, the Sorbonne, and trained under the Fulbright program. He rose to become the first president of the Cameroon Bar Association. He didn't seek fame, as you all know. He sought what? Truth. He sought truth. And when that truth demanded that he name the injustice done to the people of Ambazonia, he didn't hesitate at all. He didn't. In 1984, he gave that truth a name, Ambazonia. That name we all use today, Ambazonia, it stands to him. For that act of courage, he was imprisoned, tortured, and perhaps even left half paralyzed. Yet, even when the walls of his cell closed in, his mind remained free. He wrote the new social order from within that darkness. Not a cry of despair, but a blueprint for lawful liberation struggle. And when the world turned its back, he turned to the law. The United Nations itself later affirmed that his rights had been violated. But Fongum Gorji Dinka never asked for pity. He never asked for pity. He demanded what? Justice. That is what a principled man looks like. But today, my brothers and sisters, can we honestly say that his spirit still lives in our leadership? Ask yourself that question. In 2001, speaking on Esteem TV, Fon Gorji Dinka warned us. The Anglophone leadership has been a monumental failure. It constitutes the most unconscionable bootlickers. I'm quoting him. Those are not my words. Those are the words of His Royal Highness. Those words, spoken 2 decades ago, still echo painfully true today. Our Ambazonian recognition quest, abbreviated RQ, has been derailed by the very disease Fon Dinka diagnosed. Greed, political naivety, and a shocking lack of principle. A shocking lack of what? Principle. Take note of that, because you're going to hear a lot about principles today. That is the theme of our show today, principles. Instead of vision, what do we have? Confusion. Instead of order, what do we have? Chaos. Instead of unity, what do we have? We have endless infighting, leaders who chase power without purpose, influence without integrity. You hear about this, talking about leaders. There is word out there that there is a fake Republic of Ambazonia. That is a Republic of Ambazonia out there where somebody is claiming that he has taken over from the great von Gorgi Dinka. You will hear more about it in another show, but stick a needle on that. Now, let's continue. How did the people once led by a lawyer of conscience, a fund of courage, become led by opportunists who serve everything but the truth? Von Gorgi saw this coming. He warned, if you are attacking someone who says our country should be free, who can you be serving? You can only be serving Cameroon. And that's a quotation from him. And yet, here we are, still repeating history, still following the same men who failed us in 1948, who failed us in 1952, who failed us in 1984, and again in 2017. And guess what? We can even add 2025 there. We have people now distracted by what is happening with the whole Chiroma thing. My people, we cannot build a nation out of randomness, confusionism, and mediocrity. No revolution ever succeeded on chaos. No sovereignty ever survived without order, predictability, and principle. Let me repeat again. And what? Principle. Ambazonia already has the legal foundation. A sovereign state formalized on October 10th, 1990. Formalized October 10, 1990. I'll show you the document later. I don't have it ready here with me, but I'll show you the document later. But sovereignty without discipline, without moral backbone, is only a shadow of freedom. Now is the time to bring order back to our recognition quest, to align again with law, not lawlessness, with strategy, not emotion, with the peaceful permanent solution, not the politics of haste to waste. If von Gorgi Dinka taught us anything, it is this. When you go by the law, Cameroon will have no leg to stand on. Again, let me repeat. When you go by the law, Cameroon will have no leg to stand on. Now, permit me, gentlemen, let's look at Article 76B. Let's look at Article 76B. I'm going to share my screen here, if you don't mind, so we can take a look at it. It's very important. There is no way around it. There's no getting around it. Let's look at Article 76B here. Let's read it together. What does it say? Article 76B, the basic objectives of the trusteeship system in accordance with the purposes of the United Nations laid down in Article 1 of the present charter shall be A, to further international peace and security. But now let's get to the crux of the matter, right? Like they say in Pidgin. In the Nigerian, we say what? Let's get to the cocoa of the matter, right? Now the matter, this, my people. Now it is. I challenge any lawyer out there after reading this, tell me what is wrong with this. Let's look at Article 26B. Promote the political, economic, social, and educational advancement of the inhabitants of the trust territories and their progressive development towards self-government, so independence. What part of that don't you understand? Let me continue. As may be appropriate to the particular circumstances of each territory and its peoples, and freely express wishes of the peoples concerned, and as may be provided by the terms of each trusteeship agreement. Again, let me stop sharing now. Again, that is the cocoa of the matter. Now, the heart for the matter that my people, if anybody outside there lie you, the lie, make man no lie you. Now the matter that for the Article 76B. He no talk say, me la Republic give you something from some place. It be very simple and very clear. Okay, make I continue with my monologue. With that in mind, my dear Ambazonians, do you see why Von Gorgi Dinka said that when we go with the law, the BIA regime in Yaoundé, whether it is the one that is just been sworn in now, or it is the one that Frank Biya would come after that, you know, or is the one after, right? Frank Biya, they are saying that Frank Biya is the one to take over, right? It doesn't matter. Whether it is the Chiroma one, or it is the whoever, or it is the Ngongo, it does not matter. They will suffer the same fate. Neither will have a leg to stand on. I repeat, none will have a leg to stand on. This is our path. That is our power. Ambazonia does not need more politicians. Ambazonia needs leaders with principles. Leaders who serve truth, not try. Leaders who build, not betray. Leaders who understand that freedom without integrity is just another form of slavery. So today, let every Ambazonian listening take this to heart. It's time to rise again, not with slogans, but with principles. Not with ego, but with order. Not with chaos, but with conscious purpose. Because only then can we truly say, as we did in 2017, Ambazonia has risen to fall no more. Did you people remember that song? Ambazonia rising, 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 Ambazonia rising to fall no more. I challenge any fellow Ambazonian, permit me, oh sorry, I challenge any fellow, Ambazonian, I challenge you out there to do what? Go out and endorse the peaceful permanent solution. Please, go out there, endorse the peaceful permanent solution. My fellow Ambazonians, permit me to introduce my distinguished guests today. First, let me start with someone who is coming to the show for the first time, a principled gentleman from Oslo in Norway, coming to our show for the first time. His name is Aboderic. I'll allow him to say more and introduce himself better before we go on. You are very, very welcome. Thunderous applause. Thank you for coming to the platform, Comrade Aboderic.
Thank you, Comrade Marcel Jaffet. What a wonderful job you are doing on behalf of the people of Ambazonia. May God continue to bless you and keep on, please. Do not listen to any negative thought around. Just keep on. And I believe together we are going to make this show a great show. Well, I am Comrade Derek. For those of you who know me, I believe most people know already, the senior advisor in the Ambazonia liberation struggle. You have been reading from me in most fora. Well, for those who don't know me, I will just give a little bit of introduction on how I have been participating in this Ambazonia liberation struggle. Well, I started as a young man while I was in secondary school. Back in secondary school, I was the youth secretary for the first political party in Cameroon. When I say first political party, most people will think of SDF, but that is the scam, that is the maneuver the young generation has been put through. But the old people know that SDF is not the first political party. The first political party in Cameroon was the Cameroon People's Democratic Party. It was run by late Chief Albert Ngwana, who was the first Cameroon bank manager. And he had his supporters like Yondo Black. We even have people who are still alive, like Pagojin Dinka. He was one of the 24 lawyers who were backing that party. And that is the party that launched together, that's the lawyers like Yondo Black, Pagojin Dinka, and others launched that party in 1985, when you guys heard of a party was launched in Douala. That was the Cameroon Democratic Party. That was the very first political party that came up after the 1984 coup d'etat, which Paul Biya did, which means by dissolving the existence of Ambazonia and absorbing it in the La République de Cameroon through what he called the restoration law of La République de Cameroon, which means going away totally from the so-called union we had with them. So I was playing that part. And from there, when I realized that, in fact, our objective was to bring back Cameroon to a two-state federation. I will call it that way for now, because I know very much about that. It was a fake federation. But however, by then, being a young man, my ambition was to help bring back that two-state federation. But it didn't work. So from there, we were frustrated. And when I got the idea of my chairman now told me that, oh, the AAC one was coming up. And I was so happy that, no, we are going to push for that two-state federation. So I played a very important role there. He went there to represent us in Boya. But actually, when he came back and gave me the notes that I saw there, I came to realize that it was not actually an AAC one, because it was called All Anglophone Come Together, AAC one, a meeting for all Anglophone. When he came and he told me that, look, it was not for him. All the people he saw there were Cameroon representatives. We mean the people of the colonial administration, the colonels, and all were Francophones. So actually, it was not an AAC one, all Anglophone conference, as with the younger generation are told today, that, oh, there was AAC 1, there was AAC 2, but actually the people who were there were CPDM people. They were there to monitor everything and to make sure that it doesn't come to existence, because before then, the CAM movement had already worked so hard to bring back Cameroon to the right path, or the rightful path, but they did not succeed. So the All Anglophone movement was now created. And what we should also know was that it was actually the late Prime Minister Achida Achu, who was the host of that All Anglophone movement, of that All Anglophone movement. So actually, it was a government conference that they had programmed to keep us back into slavery. And that is why at the end, nothing that was taken in that movement, in that conference, was taken seriously. And when now the so-called Anglophone became frustrated, they now pushed to another conference, which was granted again, in Bamenda, which was called the AAC 2. Unfortunately, I did not go there because I had my exams. I was supposed to be with my chairman because I was carrying, as a young man, we were carrying their bags, running from place to place. So let me end it that way. We know all what happened after the AAC 2 in 1994, where the SCNC, where now the SCNC was created. So the SCNC was born during that period. And a very important decision was taken. If you go and read the resolution of the AAC 1 and then the resolution of AAC 2, if you read from paragraph 6 to let me say, paragraph 6 to 7, 8, you will find that we had concluded there that if Cameroon fails to return to the two-state federation as agreed, then we were going to resurrect our state, our sovereign state. And then the second part was that the NCNC was now to become the constituent assembly that will push and lead us through the journey. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. Cameroon maneuvered, they bought people out, they paid a lot of huge sum of money. And don't forget, from AC1, they were the people. Me as a youth, I saw all these things and I was worried, you know. But unfortunately, we kept pushing. And one day I met late Dr. Yombang in Douala. So we were discussing, and then he told me, "Look, there you are, a young man. Why can't you, take this SCNC government subject? I mean, SCNC doctrine to your side in Manfede, well, because I see that you are doing business now on holidays, you're going around selling agrochemicals. So why can't you, while you are doing that, you can be dishing out papers?" I said, wow. So, but he didn't have he didn't have many of the papers. So I had to pay, I can remember, 5,000. So he took it and then printed these documents to me. I say, so that is how I became now the messenger of the NCNC in our place. And when I went back, I was now brought into the main body of the NCNC, where I started working as one of the publicity secretary of Chief Ayamba. By then, Chief Ayamba was the chairman of SCNC Manu. He was not the national chairman. So let it be very clear. He was the SCNC chairman of Manu. So that is how I joined the Ambazonian politics, and we pushed on from there. And finally, when I came to Norway, I was communicating with Dr. Yombang, and then there was a meeting here in Norway which I had worked for, and it was granted with the foreign ministry. That was in 2001. So Dr. Yombang was sick, he couldn't come. He was not the one who linked me to Dr. Cho Ayaba. That was the first time I met, I would say, no, the second time I met him, because he and Akwanga, we had met in Mount Mary, but we were not so close. The SCYL was there. So I joined Dr. Ayaba, called him, and I saw a young man with a lot of energy, ready to liberate his country. I was so moved. And I said, young man, please join me here in Oslo. Let's go to the foreign ministry. And we went there to the foreign ministry. That's how we started working. And there was only one message that was given to us. And that is what brings us about this topic of today, about the principles. They told us, you have to get yourself united. If you want this liberation you are talking about, this is 2001, get yourself liberated together and push one common ideology, one common truth, one common belief, one common rule. From there now, they will be able, and the international community will be able to help you. But if you go on your different ranks, they guarantee us that nobody will do that. And by then it was just, you had the ACNC, you had RUA, you had you had SCAPO who were there, And our job was how to bring these people together. It was so difficult because they had different ideologies and different things. And you see, even when they went to Banjul, and I will reveal it. Yeah, I don't say this, but when they had problems, the last money they were in short to redo the registration was $200. I sent it from Norway. And Justice Ebong, by then it was Justice Ebong who was the chairman. So that is how we became involved. And that is how we started working. I started working with all these people, fighting for the liberation of Ambazonia until 2010, 11. I will even go to say that this liberation struggle, when I was introduced to by Dr. Yomba to Ayaba, and I joined them because he told me that, look, the SCAC is not where you are, but the youths are there. You are a youth. Join them and just forward, preach the gospel and work together. So I was now approached and I was made the national treasurer of the SCYL, which we had a bank account here in Norway. And Betty was very, very progressive. We had a lot. In fact, we had support all over the world. And I will say that this war would have started far back in 2003. But thank God I stopped it. I think Dr. Kwangwa is there, Dr. Ayaba is there. I refused to dispatch the money. This war we are seeing at this would have been because I told them that our people are not ready. And secondly, I told them that based on what I know from the liberation struggle, our people are not yet conscious of what is to be is to be done. So we need more education. And then secondly, we were not well prepared. The finance were not what would carry us through. So I stopped it. Well, with all the threats, even my family was threatened. My mother was called, But finally, what I did was in 2018, I now dispatched the money. I don't know what they did with it. So that is how we worked. And then I now resigned from the SCYL as the chair, the national treasurer. But we pushed on. I worked together with Dr. Oyaba because he was just staying 12 minutes from my house. So we went in there and we now gathered and said, okay, but why can't we work together based on what the Norwegians had told us? The one is 2010. Then we now prepared. He said, okay, let's prepare for all the Ambazonian people to come together. And that is how it led to the Oslo Peace Agreement in 2011. Which all the leaders were there. We sponsored it, the SCYL sponsored it. It was with our money. We sponsored it, and the SCYL came in, and we did a fantastic job. We had people like John Litumbe, Letpal, Dr. Ngumne, many of them from Galanfor, they came to Oslo. And we had the Oslo Peace Agreement, and the meeting continued in the US, which I think Comrade Edwin Gang will tell you more about the capital, the capital hall meeting, the resolutions that were taken. And that is how the liberation kept burning until 2016, when everything exploded. So that has been by part. And from there, when we created in 2018, now we created the AGC, which is the what we call, by then it was known as a Ambazonian Governing Council. Today it was renamed to the AGOVC, which of course I resigned in 2017 due to some lack of principles. Well, we are coming back on principles, which is the topic of this. So there were certain things we didn't agree on. Now people now came in and brought it, which actually led to so many killings and so on, which some of us didn't agree with, and it pushed me to resign. And today I am here to continue that gospel of the PPS, which is the peaceful permanent solution, because I firmly believe that is how it's supposed to be. That is the way we are supposed to go in order to liberate ourselves. Thank you.
Wow, Comrade Derek, that's amazing. That is an amazing, amazing, amazing resume. So I can say one thing. I don't want to paraphrase, much of what you said there. There's a lot to say in the interest of time. But let me just say this for our viewers out there. Just in case you don't know, I am Mr. JJC here. Johnny just come. So, Mr. Derek, you're definitely not JJC, because in 1985, I was in primary school. I had just left nursery school.
Exactly.
GS, nursery school Tobin, government nursery school Tobin, and gone to CS Miluf. As you can see, I'm wearing the colors of my area. So that's how long you guys have been fighting. AAC2, AAC1, you mentioned. I read those things in the papers. And I'm so happy that you even helped me understanding some history that there was a party called the Cameroon Democratic Party.
Exactly.
I didn't even know there was a thing like that. So no problem. In the interest of time, thank you so much for all the education. And I'm sure our viewers out there have also learned a lot from listening to you. So our other guest who needs no introduction is Comrade Edwin Gang, who generally always likes to be called a community organizer for the Republic of Ambazonia, the real one, not the fake one. And then he's also a member of, he's the leader of Aspire, and then also a member of DATIP. So I know there are many acronyms, but gentlemen, please just stick with us. You will know all these acronyms. Everything would be okay. Just focus on the message, even if you don't understand what the acronyms mean. And if you want, Comrade Edwin Gang also has a very, very, very long resume, a very long revolutionary resume, dating back 40-something years. You know, I always remember this story that he talks about that in 1969, he was passing in Chang and he saw the last vestiges of the Maquisard, right? I'm sure people are wondering what is the last vestiges. People are thinking maybe it's some nice present. No, I'm talking about somebody's head that has been cut off and put on a stick as an example for others to see what happens when you're trying to be a freedom fighter. So Comrade Edwin cut his teeth seeing things like that. You can imagine, 1969. That is 10 years before I was born. So, gentlemen, you definitely are talking to two people who are no JJCs. They are no Johnny Just Come like me here, right? All right, so let's get into the cocoa of the matter, right? Let's get into the crux of the matter. So our topic today is Ambazonia needs leaders who have principles. So our first question today would be to Comrade Edwin Gang. Does this Ambazonia recognition quest have any principles at all? Do we have any principles? If so, what are they? And then after that, of course, Comrade Derek will step in and chime in also. Go ahead. You have the floor.
Thank you, my dear comrade. Marcel Jaff, you're good at handling this preamble to let our people know exactly that there is a need for us to have focus on the peaceful permanent solution. Yes, the current Ambazonia recognition quest is basically a confused structure moving in no directions. Yeah, there are people who believe that you can compromise by mixing bananas, orange juice, potatoes, guavas, okra, when the recipe called for basically making lime juice. If our liberation is that we should make lime juice, we ought to be looking for the lime fruit and how to squeeze out that juice. But I'm very, very sorry to say if the listeners are out there hoping that if politicians come and say, oh, let's collaborate, let's work together, why can't we be united? Or let's figure out how we can be united. And at the same time, that particular person is in Guava. He's supporting interim government number one. And there's another interim government number two. We have 6 presidents right now as we are talking in the Amazonian revolution. That is a classic demonstration of a revolution that does not honor principle, that does not respect principles. And by principles, we are basically saying that rules, we don't want to go academic. My brother, them, when I hear the principle are just rules, okay? When Marcel Javbi read Article 6B, when I be here, they will say self-government or independence. That one is supposed for guide everybody. It claims to be politician, people like me. Okay? Me una notion that they accept any kind dirty talk where anybody who can talk. Say I want federation. If somebody did 2025, if they talk, say he want go dialogue and negotiate, he no get no idea. Chiruma the colleague say me will get the root cause. And my brother Derek will talk about that root cause element. That's a serious issue, that root cause. But then they don't explain the root cause. It get to be looked as a matter of facts. will be tied to weighty, to what they call as rules. Article 6b now we anchor. Now the anchor of the Ambazonian revolution, okay? The Ambazonian recognition quest, now the application of how Article 6b don't be executed over the course of time. Only hear that one. Self-government be attained for 1956, okay? Okay, if any politicians no respect the fact of get self-government, then if they go showing le mumu, they talk say, oh, may they give me special status or autonomy. Who side that doctrine come out? Now, which article they govern autonomy for 2025? Will we get self-government? If we be stopping for the not do nothing, we will be better as past how they now. Okay, may we know that one. When they out there when I hear, when I think say that leaders they represent one, they know they represent one of best interest today because of the same thing we'll talk today, because they don't get principles. When I be here how we fought out the revolution, Gojindinka, head of state or republic of Ambazonia. You know, call it a president, call it a head of state because he be no say for gather that universe for sovereignty we will be lost on for 1960 we will go join some French-speaking people then in the interest of promoting Pan-Africanism. But we not we not execute the constitution we go make that thing unite. They absorb us. The things will be stupid. Bia where they don't coronate in King Bia. When it became for 1984, it passed law. It canceled the existence of federation. It thinks that Mumu people that exist for a land, but Kojindeka is not Mumu. He's the most brightest brain. He talks say that law, thank God, that law that they call a law of extinction and creation of states. So principles who we talk to, let's say ambassador leaders and not get principle because it's a born unit for 2020. Or they can't burn you for the year, you will kind of examine your review to say, hey, Restoration Law 8401 of 1984 is a law of extinction and creation of states. By virtue of that law, the Federal Republic of Cameroon has been dissolved. And President was right in resuscitating the sovereignty that used to be in the Republic of Southern Cameroon, which was part of the Confederation that got extinct in 1984. Now we are going to promote our sovereignty. We're going to create more entities that endorses what Kotindeka did in 1984. Instead of challenging him, we will support him. When you sit now, like some people in the forums, whether they're having meetings today calling for collaboration or let's work together, and you reject the basic properties of your existence, Article 6b, which has been refined and actualized and to the entitlement rights of the multitude of millions of people being subjugated by a recolonization by the Republic, black on black recolonization. You, as a politician, you cannot challenge that. Do you know that you have no principles? Do you know that you classically should be considered? What is the best way of putting you? Are you representing your people's best interest? For me to just summarize it is this, my country people. For 1959, somebody be there, they call it say Alije Dibonge. He became up for Douala, na Douala man. He talk the same talk like back with the people. He can't shit on for 1948. German they take he make it like leader for we. If you know say they will terminate trusteeship. If you know say they don't change from German, they don't change. The mandatory territory don't change. So he start the process where it will bring back German Cameroon. Why he Douala will spend all his life for Boya, so they will promote interest. Now that one make you now for understand say we there for a very dangerous environment where unless we only stick for one thing, the rights way it rather we maximize the rights. Article 6b. If we think ethnicity, we will finish because that Douala man be get collaborations from Bakari people and support principle be finance all the political parties. All number one, all of it. I know I will mention name. All of it depend finance. For promote unification, we know say that unification now he comes with this palaver today. Oh, first this thing It only means say you will listen, get to understand, say, we get to now start to respect rules. Rules and they where man make them. Article 17 being a rules of man. After Article 17, we get United Nations Resolution 1352 for 1959. We get another one they call Trusteeship Resolution 1322 for 1960. And other declaration granting independence to colonized people for 1960. All these rules that favor what? We rise to what? Self-government and independence, which we attain when trusteeship be terminated. So what I want to conclude now for talking and say, if a politician for your revolution no address those principles, then it could be susceptible to going and negotiating rules, objects or subjects them where they don't go favor you. And we don't see it right now, say, someone that go meet Chiruma, where Chiruma don't really float issues, say, he go talk, make a dialogue and negotiate. But, often tell them the constitutional premise where they go dialogue. We know, say, any federalist waiting for Cameroon where the dialogue and negotiate, they want go now for their Cameroon style federation, 10-state federation, we know they autonomy will not do it. Devolution will not do it. Personal status will not do it. What we want now, the peaceful permanent solution where you go bring the parameters of how these two dissimilar people where nobody in the world don't ever experiment them, not even United Kingdom and France, who don't ever say me they force them, English and French society. But why would you make that experiment? Why? It must, and you must wake up now, develop the principle for, say, system science, another principle, say, dissimilar properties can never be harmonized. That is the principle of functionality. So if anybody in some will collaborate with this functionality, we can never have functional system between French and English system, period. We reject that. We are not going to be the subject of an experiment where the negative consequences affect we, which is what? The $10 million a day expropriation of resources. It go $10 million a day to come off for Ambazonian territory in the finance La Republique. We be the greatest mumu in the world. We get to reject that rubbish. But the reason why it happen is because we don't delegate with survival properties to crooked politicians. We all they think now for go govern, they don't even get no idea. Say what we need now: security, recognition of what? Our sovereign state as entitled by what? Article 66 where they were reading at the beginning. So when we understand, so when we say the peaceful permanent solution, and we get confidence, say we go get all the power now because Article 66B it undergird the principle permanent solution. Now Article 66B it construct them, it give we with rights where nobody enough it take them, enough it expire. No man with the Republic talk say, hey, we don't can be part of them. Now lie. They think say they deal with 1960 Mumu people. No way it will happen. We have no a relationship with this country. Wait till they only deal with and say they occupy we militarily and forcibly. So when we organize ourselves today as what? As the united Ambazonian people, where they don't subscribe to respecting the fact that their country being subjugated by Cameroon, and they as the world may do what? Recognize their country called Republic of Ambazonia, not be that fake one, the authentic one. And for if that one not be possible, for grant waiting a binary choice, two choice, exclusive referendum. I just simply means we become by binary choice. I don't know why people they make things complicated. With Papa, they go vote for join Nigeria or join Cameroon. They don't become now for multiple choice where me, I go for some meeting for Washington, D.C. That will be agents, they don't infiltrate them. We will get meeting for that one. They can begin say other forms of government. Now, the reason that way you hear 10-state federation, they struggle. They know the one made this binary choice thing catch fire because they know say they don't finish. It could be only two choice. Do you want? Here's the question. Do you want to retain your sovereignty as already recovered by Republic of Ambazonia? Or do you want to continue maintaining your Cameroonian sovereignty? That one, that the campaign where they will for peaceful permanent solution. We know the deny una. We now go campaign for church in Cameroon when una go. Now the vote na 50 plus 1. No be to take na 50% plus 1. So na simple majority vote for winner. And it no go mean say la Republic people wey don't come before country, they go participate because there will be a period where we will make a census like any civilized society. We know people in a stranger and people in a original. So people now understand say we not there for that era for 1960 where foolishness go reign. But we the vex today now because we were in independence, we teach that. We don't beg una, make una form groups the way una endorse the PPS, una should not quiet. But right now, as we speak, over 3 federalist agents are going to promote this way for Germany now. They promote the Cameroon federalism. So other guys this from other country, if they promote where you know where you sleep, you believe say that they promote na independence. No, they are not. The other day I been watching a video, change a day they promote Cherima. Now they go to people that way they look at center committee for dialogue and for CDN, an entity will be created in Washington DC. It only promote pro-Cameroon solutions. Another one in London they call an ICO. What the ICO stand? What are we? Pro-Cameroon solutions. Why are we so come on? Why are we sitting down? Just like in 1950, when the Cameroon Society, it take over all the parties, KNDP, KUNC, KPP, KMP, OK, CPNC, all that parties be what? Manipulated by what? By a reunificationist entity. When now UPC members, they become planter, immigrants, they become for country. They don't want for civil independence. Now them finance all the party. We don't make investigation finance. So before, if we sit quiet, United Nations, any country we want help with, they only look now who, they see now who. They don't see independence. But the majority of people that want independence. And the truth that, and the reason that they go for street say, Ambazonia has risen to fall no more. The mandate for the peaceful permanent solution could never betray Ambazonia has risen to fall no more. We want to.
If you don't mind, make a jump in there that way because make Comrade Derek jump in then because we still have some other questions. And then after that, when we're done with the questions, you can go with it either way you want. That way we can at least cover some of these things. So we'll Comrade Derek, the same question. You don't hear your own answer, and you can talk in pidgin, anything will be comfortable for you. So the question I say, when you look this Ambazonia recognition quest, you see and say it get principles or not, or man they just do it on thing anyway, anyhow, or how you see them, how you see the matter.
Well, thank you, Comrade Jaff. Now, I think at the core of which way the disunity and disorganization way they exist now for this our liberation struggle, and it not start now today. It not start today. I would like to talk this for pigeons so that my made and papa and to the listen well. This now long thing where it don't the colonial administration they don't put them in place even before, as Comrade Edwin don't talk before. With the even one can organize that fake referendum. It be been one of their project. So the liberation, the recognition quest, the restoration quest, as you ask, it no get no principles as per today. And for my introduction, I'll be telling us, say, I will visit even the country where they go for the foreign ministry. They be tell so no get no principles. They follow our struggle. They tell me clear they follow even more than we. So we no get no principles. And that is why they be call us. So they be tell us, if you ask Dr. Ayaba, I go tell you, they tell us, he be shit on for them, he be shit on for them, we 8 people who are carry and go use them. They tell me for they say, una go back, bring una people together, una work on a principle. And just as Comrade Edwin don't define them, a principle, now if it be now truth, belief, and rules. But they be in this our case now the rules. Now the rules where we don't get that it don't bring we inside this mess where we did today. Now it don't bring we where we live from even having just 4 major movements. No, must say we get SCNC, we get SCYL, we get the Republic of Ambazonia, we get the Ngumne, this thing, Comrade Adrian, what is that again?
Scapo.
Scapo. We get Scapo. You understand? We live, if you imagine, from this 4 major movement, we don't spread until, I don't know what we did now, until it don't be splitted until we get now, I think 6 or 8, 9 different kinds of government where they exist. So we no get no principle. And that is why we, for this movement here, we now aspire, where we too don't go, we don't join another, the bigger movement where they call and say, DATIF. That's the Dynamic Alliance to implement the peaceful permanent solution. Aspire to don't go join them. We say, no, may we start to bring all this movement back so that we go fit get that rule, we go fit get those principles, that main principle where we go work on, where we don't look at carefully, or we don't see and say, now the peaceful permanent solution. And all of us, for those of who want know what the way it mean, and those who they don't know, I would like for break and down small what did that peaceful permanent solution contain. That peaceful permanent solution contain some substance them inside. Where Comrade Edwin and Ron mentioned, you don't talk about referendum. But we get other substance them there where it be now about recognition. So we look and say recognition, we will find where they recognize we, and no be that recognition say these people no know about us. They know us, but now that's we the one made them make a back openly, made them reaffirm them. Because actually now for a reaffirming, because we don't be recognized as from 1st October 1960. Most people don't know this. 1st October 1960, we be recognized. We became a state where it be get a constitution. We get a constitution. We get our population, and we get a territory. So we don't already respect Article 76B, where where it did the self-governance. And the question will be now, why the UN? It be the carry we again for go to say we go give una independent. It will be uncalled for. We were already self-governing. We maybe need any other process where they say declaration of independence. And for they way this country where they be this big country, they be make that maneuver, drag we back, because there be one more will be under their control until the French they take we now put we under Cameroon. But what do we get to understand here as Comrade, we don't talk now, say, we no join Cameroon, it no be legally recognized. And because it no be legally recognized, that is why we still get that opportunity for come out. And Cameroon says they don't make it very easy for we. By their own restoration law, by them, they first don't come out 1984. Now they don't first come out. So they don't make it very easy for we. So it be left for we to for wake up. But we must understand, say, since we did not under a colonial system, which now even think to a French Cameroonians, they get to know, they know say they never be independent, they under a colonial system, and that's why we not see what they happen with the election then. Because they believe, when you look at intellectuals, they did it for manipulate the masses them, for make them believe that they get democracy. Cameroon no be a democratic country. Cameroon na a colonial system where it exists. And that is why when I see them still their duo, their governors, their prefect, they still wear that de Gaulle clothes where de Gaulle it be prescribed for them. In the 50s, that their colonial regalia will not go see them. Una see even for the election where they don't wear that clothes, wear that cap. That one a colonial uniform. Una look round Africa, what una will see any other Jew there with that uniform. Now for tell una say this country now a symbol. Why they don't pay their intellectuals and when they be very dishonest, including even some of our own intellectuals. They go out for deceive the population, say Cameroon they na democracy. Why the system na colonial system. And that is why, since na colonial system, you no fit take democratic way for go moving for power. You dey fool yourself. So me I hear the talk to my friend, they say, oh, Paul Biya thief election. I tell them, say, Paul Biya no thief election. Paul Biya just take them. Because now so colonial administration they work. They dey take them by force. They need this thief. They dey take them for your crow eye. Now so they don't put the system. So if you go Shidon, you the classic Cameroon, Paul Biya don't steal election. And you might not, no, you waste your time. Now you never understand the system. You never understand say na colonial system. That's why they call and say, when they put Dio for power, go here, go beat down where they take command. I say, if you prendre le commandement, means take command. They need to tell you say na true democracy. So we, the core people, say, may we come back. We don't do a lot of mistakes where it don't affect we, it don't affect other what people them, but we the talk say you will not feel remain for that mistake. May we come back now so that we start match inside those principles. And when the peaceful permanent solution. So we don't look and now say for recognize we go take long time, because of national interest. Cameroon don't sell plenty of what things for this country. They say it go difficult them for come openly because of that, those gains where they get them for can't say we don't recognize Ambazonia. It go difficult them. Another one now say may they take the case for ICG. That case for ICG, if it take another 20 years, and that nothing that we will not want them, know what people they be inside. So we look and say that one na difficulty. But there is so in a difficulty way. Parliamentarian, you know, if you beat us on parliamentarian or some mayor, they say go help your government, tell your government, so that may they carry Cameroon for court, or may they help we carry Cameroon for court, or may they help we recognize we don't go look that way difficult because of their national interest. But would they look something where now a referendum, the third aspect for inside that peaceful parents solution, where no man will die. We not go buy guns, we not go shoot nobody, we not go shoot Cameroon army they no go shoot we. He said, UN peace forces, they will come, can make the place quiet. Our people, they will carry out to the call and say a censorship, no sense, a censor for the censor know the real population of Amber. Because the colonial administration who did they, I think it go more than 15 years, they never make no censorship. Or no censor. They don't know the real population for that territory. Because they don't want to do them. Why? Because this their electoral fraud where they do them, it be based on the old statistics them. Now from there where they take and walk. So they don't want anything where you can't disturb them. So if you go, you don't ever see any censor about Cameroon. You don't know the population. Always when I hear 30 million, this now just assumption. No document, no day. So we they look and now say, if our population woke up, we rally, or we come under that the dynamic alliance to implement this permanent solution, bring your group. If all we come inside there, we stand firm and call the international community, say, we want peace. We want to resolve this problem peacefully by giving we, the people of Ambazonia, that opportunity, may we exercise our sovereign right. May we choose how we want be. Whether we want to remain with the colonial administration where then with Cameroon now, because I say colonial territory, they need to liberate themselves. And that is why when I see the struggle for liberate, I don't know how far they will do them. Or may we restore our state as CBB, because we no ever join them legally. And they don't leave. So the main thing now where we stand behind now for say Cameroon get to leave our territory. pull out their colonial administration, pull out their military, remove their laws, and then allow women we express our sovereign right. Because now there be the root cause. As Comrade Adrian be talks, I will talk small thing about it. Any leader, when I listen to me very well, me are there for this struggle for a long time. Any leader where he call himself say be Ambazonia leader, where you hear they out there, they tell the world say Ambazonia get the cause for this our fight with Cameroon get root causes. Una know say that leader don't already be compromised. Una listen very well. I repeat them. Any leader, whether na your leader for your group, you hear, he say the root causes of the Ambazonia struggle is this. No say that leader don't be compromised. The Ambazonia struggle or fight with Cameroon now just one cause and it get just one solution. The one cause now say Cameroon it don't annex our territory because we no be join them legally. So they be the fear say we go come out. So they don't use force. They don't annex our territory illegally. And that is why we be tell them say we no want to make them come out for our territory. But then it say no, when you don't annex a territory, it don't become part of you. And for the way it say no. Now just one cause, if that cause be removed, all the other things the way when I hear these other leaders they talk when I say, you know, marginalization, whether they want to destroy our culture, they want to destroy our judicial system, they don't destroy power camp, our economy. Yet those one are just consequences. Or what we were talking, I said, now the result. Because see somebody don't occupy you, he don't seize your sovereignty, you know if he walk. Now the consequence, now the result in that way you could get them. So if you want me that result and finish, now you for just fight for the main thing. When I say Cameroon and next week, if Cameroon come out, you know go get marginalization. We go build a more democratic society. You know we will restore our power camps, our economy, our judicial system, everything the way it is. So if any leader they want go sit down for any negotiation table, now just that one thing where he's supposed to carry and go. We don't come for negotiate. What negotiation I say make Cameroon leave our territory because we know join them legally. Make them leave our territory. Period. Nothing that way they. Because if you carry consequences, you go for table day. Go tell them, say, we'll be marginalized. The world will look at Cameroon and say, stop marginalization. You accept? Yes, 0.1 ticket. If we call you, say, okay, build the economy, say, no problem, we'll build the economy. And autonomy, say, no problem, they will get autonomy. Then you go one can reach down for your paper and I say, no sovereignty. They say, hey, be careful. Sovereignty what? You want what sovereignty again? Cameroon don't give you special status. They don't give you, they don't say marginalization, no, don't finish. They don't talk this and that. They say they don't accept all. So you to leave that your extreme position, so you want that your country come to for middle, draw come to. When I see the trap where they put them for we, and they don't hire now our own people, they work at tell you about federation. Federation means say you leave that extreme position because they don't go sit down, they negotiate with Cameroon. Say no, they'll give you, they'll translate Hoada, and they will give we go fee build our own industries, and we go fee get autonomy, special status. But now may we draw come for that middle. But my brothers and sisters, where this our brothers they fail for understand and say that Cameroon system never be free. Them see they under colonial administration. For where as you they under colonial administration, you don't even give people all these things. And that is why we the talk say the Ambazonia people they go to support Shiruma, where you want to take over a colonial administration, they be just the fight na regime change. But the problem for that Cameroon, that La République du Cameroon, no be na regime change, na a problem of system. They're supposed to fight to change that colonial system, dismantle them before they even start talk about democracy. As long as they never do them, they fight for change they head. You fight for change they head. It just then, let's say, you don't see new, you don't get, you get old wine. Then you see some new bottle where they shine, you go turn on for day. You can't, you think, say, because that bottle they shine, that means don't change. No, you go fall for the same trap. Shiruma no go fit give for people anything. For me, that not just a non-starter. I surprised even for CE Ambazonia intellectuals them, where they don't stay inside the liberation. They make audio videos, they go support Shiruma. But my question now, where are they now? Why they never go dismantle that colonial system? You cannot dismantle colonial system by thinking that you go use vote, my paper. And that paper, the phone na say that paper, man where they count that paper, all na CPDM people. Man where you go proclaim that result, na CPDM people. Man where you go transport that ballot paper from police station and this, na government worker, na CPDM people. Then how on earth, you educated man, you will carry you will fool your own brother them. So you do one fight for dismantle a whole well-established colonial system through vote. We say no. We tell our people, say, we'll not come when we push that peaceful permanent solution. Call for the world. Say, we want referendum. Make everything where they come up for our mob be a referendum. So that all we feel match now, they come now, they take them and say, no. These people, they don't say they no one continue inside colonial system. We allow them, may they decide. If majority talk say they want to remain for colonial system, the people go follow. But if they say they want bring back that state, we give them that opportunity. And for them, we beg our people, we stop for the listen to these leaders where they still they 1 foot for Cameroon, 1 foot inside Ambazonia. When they see we the logo for Cameroon, you see they don't fight. We recognize this man. You don't see they don't fight. They don't go. They make audios. Then when they see I say don't stop, because I observe the momentum now. She don't around the die. She don't quiet nothing. The die that I don't see someone. They don't start the switch back now. They want come back for Ambazonia. Now people where they lack principles. People where they lack principles. And we the talk say, if we not continue for follow people where they lack principles, people where they not fit stand up for one path, they go kill our people, they go murder them, people go still die until that day when we go woke up, come work out for that path. And for Sebe we no do them, my brothers and sisters, bring your group. What na interim government what bring they can join that if so that all we feel what can I tell our friends and say for where they around the world say look we don't rally now on one principle where we call on a peaceful permanent solution. We need to can't ask on our money, we need to can't ask on our gun, we need to can't ask on our say we military for our territory. We ask on our just one thing. Una put una weight behind support say me what people get referendum. May this problem end. People don't die. And they will continually for die if we follow Cameroon. They will continually for die if we follow all these leaders there where they don't go form their group. They should not quite say they will go negotiate, detail you say root causes. They will go reach for that table. They will end up with a lesser thing when will be a sovereignty, when a federation. But someone they don't get the courage for even start telling now about the federation. They don't get the courage because now there be their thing. But the Ambazonia people know they so. Article 76, as we don't read them, Naibiwa force. And we go fight till the last day. Warana Pobia Dede, Warana Shuruma Dede, Warana Frank Biao, we go fight until that Article 76B it go be respected. Thank you now for now. Make a good time to for our brother Comrade Adrian. But before Comrade Adrian want talk, I'll get something where I want mention here for Comrade Japs a monologue. Because this panel, now panel where we now come there, we now always receive the truth. And nothing but the truth, we now go get the path where this struggle don't be far back. Even if now one more we start from 1837, from the time of Joseph Merrick, we go bring all those history for now. For sure now how we transit from there, so as a colon as an independent people where they govern themselves until it can be a German, I mean, it can be a British colony where they become the British colony of Victoria. Until now, we can't transit with Cameroon under the German Cameroon. That's where the British they be finally released for the German in 1889, and then how that will be separate in the during the defeat of the Germans. How we separate, we can be with Nigeria, and even how from then now how we come back. Unfortunately, we come back and enter this trap. But how we going to live back? So open is a day for the live back, because they don't always try for stop we, but God no degree, because I God ordained struggle. God always maneuver, create a path where we go come out and we go come out. Now my remark where Comrade just make for a monologue, he talk about he talk about Pa Gojin Dinka, say now he give the name Ambazonia. So, but I want make it clearly say he promote the name Ambazonia, because some people they thought that say, Nana Goji Dinka a name. No, the name Ambazonia was given by our forefather, and I think say Comrade Adrian, if he take the floor, while the rest may he tell us small thing about how that name Ambazonia come, how it exists inside the Gulf of Guinea. Thank you now.
Okay, in the interest of time, we've already 80 minutes since we also started late. But I think some of the questions that we were supposed to ask, some of it have already been kind of in a way answered. So if you just try to keep your answers short now so that we can keep the show as short as possible, that would be fantastic. So the other question is, can anyone be exempted from adopting principles? So that was the other question. So when you are doing that, try to keep it short and then also comment on what Comrade Derek was saying about the name Ambazonia and how it came about. Go ahead.
Absolutely.
I think the volume, try to check your volume.
For me?
On YouTube. Try to check your volume on YouTube.
Are you talking to me? My volume?
Yeah, not to Comrade Jack.
Okay, he can correct that.
How does it sound now? My volume?
It's good. It's good.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Okay. That question just goes down to the basics. We must respect the rules of man and the rules of nature. And this is so sad that Ambazonians, not the people, please, the politicians, will gather together and conveniently want to exempt themselves. And let me cite an example. There was a meeting prior to the Toronto one. I believe it's 2023. I was in a Zoom call. As usual, I come into it and I promote the Ambazonian position. And then I was berated by one guy who said that all this nonsense about history, we have passed the history. The history is inconsequential because what is important is what's happening now. And what was sad was that after he said it, he received as usual, he invited chorus. The response was, yeah, we are where we are now. The point I'm trying to make about principle is this: rules. If you are a person in a society who wants to lift the livelihood of a person of your community, you must support their interests. What is in their best interest? What is in the best interest of the Amazonian people as in this political environment which we have entitled to by the laws and by history, cannot be anything subordinate to our sovereignty. It's absolutely a right. It is not a debatable matter. If you go to an environment where somebody say, okay, what is the best interest of the Amazonian people? And somebody scratching his head, or let's see how we can get and let's see how we can compromise. You are not looking at a political workshop which is going to turn out bad. Why don't you know that it was supposed to be Article 66 being implemented, which takes us back to 1950? Why was there not a single independentist party until what? Until Resolution 1352 had been passed, which was the resolution that imposed us that ill-fated plebiscite. Why? Because of what? Because we had politicians who were completely anti-sovereignty, clueless. But we have to admit to the fact that they were not knowledgeable. So let's give them the fact that they did not know. Fast forward to today. We have people who are political scientists with PhDs, double lawyers in the Amazonian Revolution. Some of them members of the original Ambazonian titular government, which Kodindenka created of our 8 people or 9 to encase the sovereignty, which was when the resolution law was passed, typically, so that we can recover what we lost in 1960 of our stupidity. Did he receive support from his peers? Zero. I came in 1990 and I saw nothing but position and silence and ignoring. You mentioned the AAC one. While you were back at home, I was here in the United States coordinating with everything you were talking. Dr. Enon Chong of Kam, I had communication with him. So it's very interesting how our path could have crossed in some indirect way, and I did not know. I was involved with Enochon. I was involved with the AAC1, AAC2, and SASC was actually birthed in our presence. We were giving instructions on how to maneuver and make the AAC1 a constitutional forum where they would go there and state the fact that the resolution law has been passed and the country is no longer a federalism and that we should come and reconstitute it. But fast forward to where the question is, it's simply a situation where we have inherited a culture of what I call anti-best practices. It is so embedded because it's subsumed by our ethnicity allegiance. So if an ethnic politician who hates the Republic of Ambazonia, an anti-sovereignty politician, needs to do is gather his country people, is a stupidity to reign forever because he's immunized in that his environment. You know that. That's what has happened. That's what is going on. We have these enclaves of ethnicity politicians who completely have nothing in their resume that projects the best interest of Amazonia in 2025. And I'll answer because you can tell, is this guy, was he an independentist at the time when he entered the revolution in 2017? Where is the evidence? Are you telling me that he did not post anything online? Are you telling me that he has not written anything online? Or is it because he just went and make a storm speech somewhere that I will give me $2 million and I'll give you independence, or fight to the last man standing, or what is other slogans? We are tired of political slogans in the Ambazonia Revolution. What we need are people who could go back and pause and ask a simple question, which was what we were expecting from the Skakuf. Remember Skakuf, the Southern Cameroon Ambazonia United Front? It lasted only from February to July. Skakuf is almost analogous to the Manfred Conference of August 1959, because they delegated what? Francha was supposed to, and Endler was supposed to go and say the people want independence upon termination from Trasushi, but they went and sat down at the United Nations, folded their hands, and guess what? UPC members and other people came and imposed on a plebiscite. Skakov was supposed to be what? Our people at the Capital Heights said, be united. In your confused way, we want you to be united. And they grandfathered 7 entities. I keep repeating this because it's only coming from us, but Ambazonian people need to start asking some serious questions. Post those videos out from the Capital Heart Conference. Why are you hiding them? We've seen all kinds of videos, but you cannot show videos where people were almost fighting, and it was videotaped, and the resolutions were this: be united, create a secretariat which adopt best practice, and do not create any more entities in the Amazonian Revolution. Okay, we did that. The Amazonian people are always gotten it right. We went to the conclave. We created a united front. We were supposed to do what? Congeal ourselves so that we bubble and create the best properties of how we project the unity, which is why we have not done. And principles is because you can hire a politician, you can go to the Chicago School of Law, you can go to the American University as we did in 1990 and ask for their opinion, and they will take our project and examine it. There are many institutions that we can go if you don't know the facts, and they will tell you exactly how we need to execute this current Ambazonian recognition quest without falling victim to quote unquote politicization, which is our weakness, which is ongoing right now. That's the reason why we are pleading for you, you listening out there, that the politicians out there who do claim to be representing you, simply ask them, how are their actions consistent with preserving and upholding your rights in Article 76B? Those of us who promote the peaceful transition are very clear-eyed about it. Not only have we actualized our rights of self-determination as promoted in 76B, we have achieved independence when trusteeship was terminated. We believe in positive law interpretation. We believe that the union that was supposed to have been created based that it was a confederation, albeit it was a totally unitary state, was annulled by an act of parliament, which is a constitutional anchor point that is referenceable and is immutable, which is Restoration Law 84/1. It's stated there in Cameroon, Federal Republic of Cameroon Constitution. It was dissolved. So Republic of Cameroon can claim one and indivisible construct. It's fine, but it's only limited to the boundaries of Republic of Cameroon upon its independence, just as that principle of one and indivisible ability applies to which now? Una, the Republic of Ambazonia. You now know you are dealing with politicians who understand principles and are serving your best interests. What is the doctrine that we are preaching in the peaceful permanent solution for you out there, not to sit back and fold your hands and be thinking that something is gonna confusion is gonna metamorph into clarity? It's never going to happen. There's not going to be no democracy in Cameroon until Ambazonia is out. Chiruma is not going to do nothing except give you your special status in any way that he feels. Or Paul Biya too, King Biya too's son. So rather than be wasting time, why are you not endorsing what has been promoted since 2018? The peaceful permanent solution, which we have coined Amba Exit, equivalent to Brexit. Why? Are you stating that the interim government 1, the interim government 2, the interim government 3, the interim government 4, the fake Ambazonia 5 and 8 of C, 66 president that we have, are those your options for independence? Oh, now you know why somebody out there was calling us the comedy revolution. It's just a comedy revolution. It's a joke. In 2025, politicians with PhDs unable to identify the sovereignty element and chasing what? Governance. Whereas we ought to be doing what? Chasing what? The discrete and single value called sovereignty. My country people, sovereignty not just one item. They not ever broken. And we already don't get them. We already acquire sovereignty as Republic of Southern Cameroon when they began trusteeship for 1960. Funcha be make mistake for go join the people, but that will not be problem because they don't cancel that mistake for 1984. And Republic of Ambazonia now don't take their sovereignty it gather. It's still there, it correct. All the beg Nana say, may una know the shidon quiet. Now the problem that with independence is silence. May una go out there, create that group. Whether you then are for Melbourne, or you then are for Tokyo, or you then are for Rome, or you then are for Lisbon, or you then are for London, or you then are for Usai. Create a group. Name and anything. Endorse the peaceful permanent solution. Then join that, which is the dynamic alliance. You hear that word dynamic? That one means say it expand, dynamic. Dynamic alliance to implement the People's Parent solution, it go do it. It go force the war, in war. We go make the world realize the when it become for 1960. Cameroon no hide that truth. We don't say it no go happen. It don't go happen. We go talk say make them do what? Make the hell Cameroon. Say we no want this fighting black on black fighting. It don't no need. Yeah, we will talk. If people really want to be Cameroon, they will vote. But we will make them, it will be the choice. You want to be a Ambazonia or you want to be a Cameroon. Now, the two choices are though. But if you hear politicians out there that they call anything other than the binary, and then you know, so you deal with Cameroonian politicians, them just ignore them. Then they will know them. So show can will start to begin quote the tape where you will see that they talk say other forms of government. So one then a president, one of them a president right now for interim government number 4 for April 24, 2023. Hosting Institute one adopt we if we choose the Fed if Hosting Institute now for National Institute for Washington DC. They say if we accept the one we one referendum, they go adopt we promoter. You hear what they do? Instead for we for happy, they say, hey, no, wait, no, go back, go discuss that matter. And she don't so I scratch myself. I said, yeah, for instance, pass a resolution right there for corridors. Say yes, we don't be united as people the way they don't adopt the Amber exit because we've been preaching Amber exit since 2018. Since 2018. People they don't know say president of present memory, Jerry Rawlings, naive for champion. That story that we will hear another day. So instead for that one, they deny because of what? That meeting, it be infiltrated by a lot of big agents. Other forms of government are waiting. May I ask that question? What be other forms of government? We be candidate for make government. We not get nothing to do government. Make people that know that one on Ambazonian people. Any politician will use the word government, we will not say you don't be compromised. We are for securing our sovereignty, our sovereign state. And that sovereign state, it already be in case in a titular ceremonial governance where in a Republic of Ambazonia will be constitutionally originated and it don't be legally validated in courts of law, in Bamenda High Court, in the Yaoundé Tribunal, in Banjul, in Geneva Convention, and in ICJ. So may nobody not come talk say we not get the law. We'll get the law for side. We'll not be interested in governing, but we'll be interested in getting recognition of our country as per United Nations Article 76B, so that after that, all that people in there for that country, they will create a constitution where it will make we govern ourselves. That time will happen, but I beg, me when I'm not think governance, that governance I need to we. We'll get 6 presidents right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on a counter. What it will be the most stupid people in the entire world for the thing government when we're supposed to think sovereignty would not allow a African country will be the same status that we a United Nations Trust Territory of the French Cameroon, it recolonized we. We're supposed to shame supposed to get for it. We will don't go study political science with the stick and she don't quiet. They allow this kind of thing. I beg that one don't end. We must say no to the Cameroon recolonization. It's now. If you say no, no go she don't quiet out there. They give delegate your life to these crooked politicians the way they only talk about governing. They don't get no clue. Since our sovereignty don't be recovered as Republic Ambazonia, I beg you, know that. Let a group and endorse the dynamic alliance. We implement the peaceful permanent solution and we pursue this project in foreign capitals of the world and we get very good receptions. Only thing they tell we say we want to see how we daily listener we go accept we. So me una know she don't quiet because when I she don't quiet we defeat to the Cameroon propaganda of one and indivisible Cameroon where in a kill you and we people. But when una stay, una want the solution, una must do one thing and one thing only. Create a group. Whether you call on a way, it don't matter. Publicize you don't endorse EPS and the Dynamic Alliance so that we could now get the momentum for get confidence for the group, for the countries that we don't reach out, for them come and for say, hey, we can call on the referendum so we can recognize them, whichever happen. If we speak today, by the end of 6 months, you feel change going to happen for the revolution, I guarantee you. Our end so.
Okay, thank you. We don't spend already 99 minutes or almost 100, even though we start late, but I think we don't really, I think we'll feel the wrap up now. So the only thing we'll feel out of the thing will be left, maybe we'll feel talk about, or maybe you already covered them even. So how does this principle, how does being principled assist unity? How does being principled assist unity? And then if he, Comrade Derek, if he take that one, and then, if you round up your final statement, and then maybe I'll do a brief monologue, concluding monologue. I will check say we could do it, but I don't know whether it don't be too long because it's already more than 100 minutes. So again, the question is, how does being principled assist unity? How does being principled assist unity? Comrade Derek, you can go ahead.
Yeah, you wanted to say something, Comrade Wingang?
It's just the fact that by being obligated to rules, you understand that that rule imposes order. And by virtue of that, it cascades to that order, requiring at the best order that is in our revolution is for us to present a united front. And principled people logically will see that. So we are not having unity now because we have a lot of politicians who reject principles for their convenience. And it's not because they don't know for their convenience. That is the reason why that guy was able to come in a public forum and say history does not matter. And he got accolades. He got praise for that. So go ahead.
Ignorance. Yeah, but could you just say something about the Ambazonia? Because most people, reject Ambazonia because they say, oh, it's God Dinka who created it, who came with that name, and so on. So could you just say something?
Yeah. The origin of Ambazonia went back as far as 1960. The one that I got is like 1966. Okay, remember that they regretted joining the union. They were lamenting because what they expected was not happening. And when Joa took over in 1960, was it 65? Joa actually wanted to reverse the entire thing, but he was sabotaged from within. At that time, the frustration of hanging out and seeing these dissimilar properties, the disparity between a francophone, and they made it deliberately. Being in the federal government was very lucrative, and being in La Republic, they made us economic, deprive us of everything. So the frustration was that it was not working very well. So they started saying we should create a new identity. And Chief Ewusi, and they had this by a mountain club where there was Fallon, Ewusi. I've heard named Siga Sanga, Fongadindinka, and who is who at that time, Chief Atun. Many of those big people that we know of our politics there, they were hanging out in Boyamato Club. That's where the name Ambazonia came. It was coined to inculcate our sense of uniqueness separate from the Cameroonian colonizing identity, which is why we have this severe problem of getting our people to understand that you need to reject the colonizing identity and adopt your Ambazonia nation identity. But it is not the people who are doing it, it's the politicians, those who compromise, use the word Southern Cameroon / Ambazonia in speech. I say that's not necessary. You shouldn't do that. You should stick on the word Ambazonia because Ambazonia has risen to fall no more, was claimed by the people in Ground Zero, and we should not be betraying them by calling them Southern Cameroonian. If you call them Southern Cameroon, you are basically reinforcing the notion that we are Cameroonians because the propaganda of Cameroon is stronger. You cannot fight Cameroon in itself. Cameroon is strong on politics. We are strong on legalism. So let's stick on our identity of Ambazonia. This is a call for people back there.
Okay,
Thank you.
that's wonderful.
Yeah,
So
thank you for that briefing, Comrade Edwin Gang. So I just wanted wanted you to do that because most people at times they reject and say, "Oh, that Gojdinka thing," you know. But it was just to remind them that it was even the name came before even Gojdinka started, you know. Before even he finished school, then came, you know, that name was already existing. Our people had already decided to get our own identity so that they will be differentiated from citizens of La République du Cameroon. Because a lot of propaganda was already out there put by the colonial administration. And that is why it comes back to principles. We should also understand that principles does not also go just for positive things. It goes on negative things to affect other people. And if you look the principle, the La République du Cameroon principles on how to maintain us under colonialism, they have matched it word for word, and they are doing it. And that is why they have been able to convince the international community that we are part of them. Now, we have to dismantle that by coming together and proving the opposite, proving them wrong. And by when we come together, we start seeing how principles will now lead, it will now match or promote unity, and vice versa. And and when we come together, we'll be able to dismantle, or we go be able for move. I like for talk me my papa the year too. We'll be able for move all that obstacle with other lies for all these years. We Cameroon on put them. And with some of our anti-sovereignty brothers, them, when I go hear them for four of them, when I go listen to them, they go to preach on that Cameroon anti-sovereignty doctrine. And they will start with the biggest lie where Cameroon put them, it promote them, where it be been waiting. It be been I say, no, Ambazonia, they give their independence. No, be I say, make them be a government of their own. But I say, make them be under Cameroon. And that is why you go hear some of our brothers to say, no, we will never grant independence. You know, we were never asked to be on our own. We were asked to join Cameroon. But they not go tell you how that joining will be. So we get to dismantle that. So when this will be one of the projects, the way that if you go get an educational program, it go fall under our educational program. That's the dynamic alliance to implement the peaceful permanent solution. We get to first make our people change their mindset, because Cameroon don't play a game of mindset where it don't brainwash our people for a level where even the intellectuals them, they don't be so dishonest that they look at only their belly and they help now them they help Cameroon now for brainwash our own people them. And you go see them that they run around the world, they tell you about federation. So that federation of attention, we will not be ever, they never give independence for govern ourselves, where it be lie. Article 76 make them very clearly. And on 1st October 1960, we will get that self-governance. But the mistake what people do, they push them until they come back and they give Resolution 1608 for 21st April 1961. Say, oh, now then they don't declare on independence. And then we will get them fully for 1st October. With that 1st October, now that date now way, they be done prepare another annexation of our territory. And Cameroon be so eager, way, you know, even wait that 1st October. 30th September for midnight, the gendarmes them, they don't flop the whole place, cover all places, they don't annex the territory. And on that first, what will happen now, you go to take our books them from the British, not Foncha. The Foncha say our own people they be sit, and then they be sit for that grandstand. Foncha they sit for that grandstand. All these BB politicians them, they be sit there, and they sit they hand our book for Ijo. Where they be supposed for rebel, they no do them. So this history be important so that may we know. So we get to dismantle that mindset from our young, especially these young people them, because they don't make them believe say they be Cameroonians, of which they are not. Another thing we Cameroon we get to fight with that if we go fight for our educational program, it go be for dismantle this idea of bilingualism. Because this idea of bilingualism, they bring down for subjective and deceive the international community, say Cameroon be one and indivisible. And the Cameroon where they refer to, no be the United Cameroon Republics, but na la République du Cameroon. Abisha someone na go hear me talk Cameroon United Republics. Because now the real name that way we be supposed to forget them. If we be legally join Cameroon. But will not be legally join them. That's why they come with their own name, the Pool Republic of Cameroon for 1984. They go them back. It be been at their right to do them, for restore their state, they do them. So we done our own right. So if we continually follow them, with this our non-sovereignty leaders, them they go keep we trapped inside the colonial administration waiting for that territory. So we get to look dismantle that. Another way in our map. The French government don't pay millions of dollars for people where they draw map. When I see they change one map, in take now this present map where it did, they don't take Ambazonia map, they attach them for they distribute it all over the world. That was tell a small story. Although we not get time, but it be important for me for top. That was come Norway here. We will get because when you come Norway, the first thing where they want you do now for study their society. They teach you civics. We will be foreigners and they teach you civics. They want you know first their history. They can't teach you Japanese invasion and so on. No, you know Norwegian society. So when they be teach, they say, this man at Cameroon. So the lecturer will become for teach you that civics that day. Now some woman, he be very excited because I don't go read Cameroon also. They go bring some book with some Norwegian write them. He can't show me. He talking about Cameroon. They quiet. Then he show the map. Now for the way, when you don't finish talk, let me talk. Or finish. Then I tell her, I say, well, but I be sorry, this no be the map of Cameroon. Oi! This lecturer looks at me, who be this one? You can't do a professor say this. No. So when he don't finish, I argue then they are show, then the director come for class, he say, look, Derek belonged to a movement where they fight for leave Cameroon because they believe that they're under oppression. So wait the way they talk now the truth. Because he said don't go, he don't research. I don't see the way Derek they talk the truth. For the professor say, is that true? Is that so? Is that so? Say so people they know about the Ambazonian problem. Now only we now for put outside there. Preacher every day and people they will come no say this map where they teach speaking them for school now the wrong map, not be the map for La République du Cameroon. They get their own map. Now one of the things in that way will be for our educational system will go dismantle them. And what we understand again to say Cameroon don't buy all press them, Al Jazeera, CNN, BBC, all these BB press them, they pay them monthly. Now, money that way they be supposed to come build hospitals, build good roads, build communication, buy iPad, computer, gear for schools them, start teach speaking them for primary school, how to use all these gadgets. But they take them for maintain the colonial system, they pay BBC, pay Al Jazeera. Just wait, when Cameroon fail, where they never get the money, they don't pay Al Jazeera. You go here, the Southern Cameroon don't do this. You see, they will just start. They will take some man with wallet, he will go drop their money, palaver in. That you don't go hear Al Jazeera talk about Southern Cameroon again or Ambazonia again. Just wait, BBC. Once they don't pay that money, that agreement, you go here, BBC, you go start. So we get to be very careful. We not say we did for stop. We get to start. Even francophones, they get to. When I don't even hear them, they talk about say Paul Biya 96 or not that one for being a news way if for the shake the world. But when I don't hear them, they quiet. When I don't ask myself, even that francophone, the way that they talk, say they want free. They didn't ask themselves, but why BBC, Al Jazeera, all these BBC, the thing they talk. Even the small medias and for YouTube where I mean see from India and so on, they don't carry mallet money where they will buy medicine, give mommy them where they want, picking the way they burn them for roads. They for run buy medicine. If you open small dispensary, they don't carry money, give them. They don't, she don't quiet. No man they even talk about Paul Biya again. So we get to open our eyes. We get no future with that country called La République du Cameroon. Right. Another thing we will work on now for what we will work on Now for make sure say we stop all these our brothers and sisters when not then they go represent we. Because the colonial administration don't make sure say for United Nations, for OA, for AU, for any place, for Commonwealth, when they go there, they take na Ambazonian figure put am for front. Now you go hold that paper. They write. If you're on position day, now you go hold and they read. But they rework na their assistant they do am, na their people that they do am for back. So we get to be very careful with any Anglophone. Whether a minister like Philemon Young them so on a wood them where they go represent we. Now say Cameroon they use them for show the world say Cameroon be one individual, but the truth now say they did use them for still keep we make the world not believe say we get right for restore our sovereignty. So we get to start to kick them out. When we hear them come, we write, we talk, we shout. So these people don't represent us. They are just figures of the colonial administration. Another thing where it don't brainwash our youth, the way DAF educational department will work on. Now on this issue of documents from La République du Cameroun, one of the things where they can deceive our youth, now their passport. They say, oh, take your passport, oh, take the wrong, we'll give you birth certificate, we'll give you identity card. Those documents don't make you Cameroonian. And the question now, why? When somebody can occupy you, he remove your government, whether government no fit issue you passport, they no fit issue ID card, they no fit make you birth certificate. That government for that country, now their responsibility under international law for give you their passport. But that passport no automatically make you their citizen. That is why they feel revoke that passport. That's they feel take back that passport at any time. You feel reject them anytime. You know make you naturally a Cameroonian. So that passport where people you hear even the very young and here while some youth them, they say, which passport you do use them? And which identity card you do use them? Yes, we don't get no choice, or our people don't get no choice for use them. And that is why I be one of the people where they be stand firmly, say make they know the arrest any person where it issue our people birth certificate, they issue our people passport, they issue our people identity card, because now Cameroon is responsibility for do that. For until the time when we Cameroon go leave our territory, we establish our own government, we go start now to give our people our passport. If any man want retain Cameroon passport, that's not a problem. Na human right for do am. But that time we will start issue our own passport. But for now, Cameroon is responsibility. If they not do am, we get right for take them to court for human right abuse. Okay. So we know that one. More know that one.
The show now, so it be quiet. We don't really take quite a lot of time. So I don't know. If we keep some of these things, continue again in another segment again.
Of course, of course.
Or maybe even in the midweek, sometimes I'm able to, if I get time, we can do something midweek. So if we're there midweek, we continue. That way people feel focus on this one. So the closing this thing will be get them, I will just leave them. If I do the show will be too long, then people don't go watch anymore. So no problem. Thank you plenty here. Thank you so much. And for our viewers out there, thank you so much. We are so sorry that we started late. It's a new show. We are still trying to get our technical thing, everything lined up. So we are so happy. Again, the call to action is please, please, please go out there and endorse the Peaceful Permanent Solution, because that is the one that represents your best interest. I want to thank my guest, Comrade Edwin Gang. I want to thank my guest, Comrade Derek. Thank you all for joining. So let us end the show for today, and we'll continue on another show. Thank you all.
Thank you. I'll stay blessed.
Thank you. Stay blessed.
Thank you.